Active Investor here, bringing you another independent analysis. This time we're taking another look at ticker symbol AMD, that's Advanced Micro Devices Incorporated. The chart we're looking at today is a 15-minute chart, each candlestick on this chart representing 15 minutes of trading. And the reason why I want to focus on Thursday and Friday here is because this is going to be an update to the prior AMD analysis video, which I posted on Thursday. And that video covered all the resistance points all the way up to $7.66. So if you haven't seen that video, click those annotations, take a look at that video, and you will get all the resistance points from our current range all the way up to $7.66. And if we do get that high, I will update the resistance to go higher than that as well. But for now, I think that's a good place to stop. I'm not saying we'll get to 766 anytime soon, but I had the time, so I made the resistance levels all the way up there for you guys to take a look at. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. This analysis is going to be an update to that one, as I already mentioned. And this analysis is going to be a focus on the intraday movement that we had on Friday. So we do have Thursday on the chart as well, just so we can kind of get an idea of the last 2 days of trading from last week. So I mentioned in the prior video that the channel was looking to be around $4.65 to $5.05. Well, $4.65 did break. We made some nice higher lows. And on the Friday open, we dipped down a little bit. This doji literally bouncing off that 20-day simple moving average before we climbed all the way up. We went up to $5.05, broke that resistance, and then we actually came right back down and bounced off it again. So that channel was pretty spot on, although AMD had so much power that we didn't channel between it, but we did indeed break it as a pivot point and achieve the next level. Now this little line here, that's not official resistance or support, that's just an intraday pivot point that I made when I was day trading it on Friday. So this is almost irrelevant. You know, this is just a very short intraday pivot point I was using to scale in and out of my day trading positions on Friday. So you don't really need to pay attention to that so much. Right, so we broke that $5.05 area. Tried to press up a little more before coming right back down and bouncing off 505. Now, we didn't break 505. It acted very nicely as support, and we continued climbing our way up. After hours, making that high at $5.30. So the next resistance on this chart is actually going to be $5.40. So we didn't quite get to that resistance area, but if you take a look at where we did kind of face some resistance, it was right around about $5.26. And it wasn't really that strong of resistance at all. You know, we had some resistance here a little bit, and then over here, we broke above it and then kind of turned to support on an intraday level. So the real resistance that's going to be tough to break, unless we have, you know, bullish power like that and massive volume like we did over here and over here, is going to be 540. So if we hit 540, we could potentially get denied there. And since we're currently trading at $5.30, I would say if you're not already in AMD, maybe consider getting in on a break of 540. If you buy it around 530 or so, you can day trade it to about 540. You know, that's up to your discretion, but I don't think we'll see any major gains unless we break 540. That's going to be the next key area of resistance, and that's the final area of resistance that I'm going to mention in this video. As I already said earlier, if you want the next resistance levels all the way up to 766, and there is a lot of resistance on the way there, take a look at that prior AMD analysis that I posted, I believe it was last Thursday, so definitely take a look at that one. In terms of the overall indicators, everything's looking super good. Look at that. Thursday and Friday, our simple moving averages were bullish almost the entire time. Here we had a little bit of a struggle, but that 13 period still remained right on top of that 20 period simple moving average. And just to clarify, earlier in this video, I think I said this doji bounced off the 20 period. This yellow line is actually going to be the 50 period simple moving average. So it bounced off the 50 period simple moving average. Our 13 and 20 period averages are, you know, they almost converged here, almost had a bearish cross, but the power just came out of nowhere. This doji really indicating that we were going to see volatility to the upside, and right after that, we certainly did, climbing all the way up. So those dojis were spot on indeed, and that's a long-legged doji, so just keep that in mind. And really, that's all I got to say about AMD for now. We can look at the relative strength index at the bottom real quick. It's not going to tell us too much that we don't already know, though. You know, our overbought points are obviously going to be very nice looking here on the chart, as we had such a powerful uptrend. So just kind of get that one all the way to the proper area, just to give it a good idea here. So there we go, and there we go. So you can see each overbought area was indeed higher. After hours, it's always a little bit more iffy, and that's why we kind of leveled off. The volume obviously dried up after hours. Not a lot of trading going on there, but we still made a higher low and a higher low on the RSI. So the trend is still up indeed. Definitely keep an eye on this next week. If the volume comes in like it did here and here and here, then we could definitely see this run again, especially once we break $5.40. So I'm putting an alert at 540, and I'm also putting an alert down at 505 to see if we dip down off 505, there's potential to bounce off again like we did here. And that's another potential for a great day trade. So keep an eye on this one, and I'll catch you in the next video. You guys have a good one.